guys, let's continue to work with our trading strategy. So today I would like to show you how to use Autoencoder to improve your results. And the main idea today would be how to train your Autoencoder and how to create this Autoencoder and what is the data you should input. And let's do some overview. So my main file is train autoencoder.py, and there I could train this one. So let's look in step by step what is important there. So first of all, we need to understand we are going to extract a useful feature from latent layers from the autoencoder to improve predictable power of your model. So this data, I upload dataset. It is Binance data from the futures of Binance, and then I create some levels, my logic, and then I create a signal. Yeah? And then I need to improve a predictable power my strategy from this signal. In general, when price it's put and touch your support line or resistance line, and there exists some breakout of this level or reverse, and we need to separate this one. And there I would like to train my autoencoder around of my signal. So let's look in for this one. So I define signal. Yeah, it could be any signal of your trading strategy, and then I need to create indexes. So time indexes, it means the situation when the signal exists. Yeah? And then I need to input this signal to my main function, this simple function to prepare dataset, how it's working. So you have a data frame, yeah, and inside in this data frame I go through loop during my signal indexes instead of all dataset. Yeah, for example, I have 1000 signal and I would like to create datasets out of this signal. So and you see I take this temp indexes and then I create some temp data. It could be 300 back window, and then I input feature. Yeah, it means I take some 300 rows of open, high, low, close volume data. Yeah, around of this window, around of this signal, around of this support line or resistance line, and I would like to extract the useful feature. So then if we haven't enough of data, we just skip this data. If we have enough of data, we input this data into X, and then we do some splitting of data about train on test and return like by an array. Yeah, and you see we just persist only X data instead of Y. Yeah, I mean target some values. Okay, so you see, for example, I have 80% of data would be like train data and test data. I would like to use 300 last rows, and then I would like to use only 5 features, open, hello, close volume data. Then I create the signal, and then I process all this data. Okay, and let's look in of our autoencoder, and it would be some my idea. So I think about the architecture of this autoencoder, and I would like to create convolutional neural network instead of some transformers or something like that. It means I would like to recognize price patterns around of the signal. And let's look in. So you see we input our DIM. Input DIM would be 300 rows and 5 feature, open, high, low, close volume data, and then we create filters yeah, of course, and we using convolution 1D neural network and put these filters, and you could play around of this architecture, but you need to make sure that we have the same shape of this encoder and decoder part. So let's look in convolutional neural network, we input, and then we create batch normalization to improve speed of your training, and then we using a max pool. It means we extract some useful feature when we create the first filter, and then max pool we just extract the data with the biggest value. Yeah, it means what is the most important there. And we do it several times, and then we do also batch normalization, and yeah, it would be our latent layers, and then we do the same, and we need to create a decoder. Yeah, so we encode this data to latent layers, and then we need to decode this data, and we need for our trading strategy the data would exist on the latent layers. Okay, and let's look in what happens. Yeah, of course, when we train our data, you could use a tensor board to monitoring loss function, and then yeah, so we create a tensor board callback. Yeah, there exists too many settings, but for us the main would be what is the folder when I'm going to store our logs. You see, for example, logs, train validation, and I can recognize what is loss function inside this folder to estimate architecture of my neural network. And then when we feed, you see we input X train, it would be like encoder, and then decoder again, X train, and then we need to use yeah, of course, shuffle data, and validation data would be like X. Let's look in about our tensor board. You see, you just need to install a tensor board, and then you need to use what is the name of folder. Yeah, for example, in my case I have the main script there, but indicate the folders here. When I run the script, I can analyze my loss function, and let's look at how it would be. Okay, let's look in what is it. Yeah, so you see we have decreased loss function on trained data, but it's not stable for validation of data. Sometimes it happens some overfitting, and we need to solve this problem. And I show you. Okay, let's look in there. So let's do some debugging. I would like to show you step by step what is the data exists inside my script. Okay, Python file, open some debug console. Okay. Okay, let's take some time. Okay, so we upload dataset. Yeah, what is this inside of this dataset? It would be pandas data frame, and you see this data from Binance. Then I calculate some mine levels and some logic to create a signal for a trading strategy. And if we do the same, let's look in with the number of columns, you see. But for me, the main signal would be when I have buy signal equal 1 or sell signal equal 1. Yeah. Okay, let's look in. Next, I would like to show you the signal indexes. Yeah, and you see I have only signal when I have indexes when we have signal from our some trading logic, and then I would like to improve predictable power of my strategy from this point. And after that, yeah, of course we need to scale out data, and it's an important part for us. And you should to save after training. You should to save your scalar data. Yeah, and you see in my folder models, I save Autoencoder also a scalar because I need to generate a feature, and I should use the same scalar. Okay, next let's look in this. Yeah, batch size, and also of course you should use some tuning, but I show you some main logic how it's working. Okay, and when we train, we need to wait. It takes some wait. You see, it's my shape of this data. Yeah, I have another laptop when I have the power video card, and in general I run a neural network from another laptop. So you need to monitoring your loss function. It should be a decrease, but problem of the autoencoder is our loss function sometimes could be no decrease. It's some problem overfitting, which we should to solve this, of course, this problem. So what I'm going to do in the next, I'm going to do check a predictable power of this feature what I created, and next also I would be working on the problem of overfitting. Of course, I would like to add more data to train my autoencoder, and for example, like right now I'm using data from the Bitcoin, but of course I would like to train my autoencoder on another cryptocurrency, Ethereum for example, and then I'm trying to extract some useful feature from the autoencoder, and then I could input this feature to my reinforced learning algorithm, or just some simple another deep learning models. Okay guys, you could try this approach to improve your trading strategy, because it is a problem for us how to create some high quality feature with has predictable power. And I would like to remember in the previous video I show you how to extract some useful important feature, and for this reason we need to connect this autoencoder and next this feature important. For example, right now we generate some features using this autoencoder, and then we need to input this extracted feature to our model to estimate this feature. Yep. Let's look in. I need to remember research and estimate feature. Yeah. So using this autoencoder we create features, and then we need to estimate what is the feature would be the most important for us, and inside in this latent layers inside of this neural network, and then you could input this useful feature to your main model to predict what happens the next bar during the next 10 bars, something like that. You should to test this one and find what would be working the best for you. But the data processing logic, I show you the main logic, and you could make it more complicated. I mean what it means. For example, you could create more feature instead of this five values. You could add more alternative data feature, yeah, or some another data what not correlated with price data, and it could be something interesting. Because it's very complicated to find some indicators, and we should use neural network to create these indicators for us. Okay. So I hope it would be useful for you, and see you next time. Bye.